So your boss just dropped a brand new project in your lap and said, make it happen. Well, if that's you, then this is your playbook. We're going to take that crazy mix of excitement and, maybe a little bit of fear and turn it into a clear, confident plan. Think of this as your official mission briefing.
Okay, so you're going to be managing a project. How are you feeling? Excited? A little terrified? Yeah, probably a bit of both. And trust me, that is 100% normal. This whole explainer is designed to give you a really straightforward process to nail that project, starting right now with your very first step.
First things first, your mission and your charter. Look, this part is all about getting crystal clear on what you're doing and, more importantly, why you're doing it. It's about getting that official green light to go and making sure everyone is on the same page before you even think about writing a plan. Let's just start with the absolute basic definition of a project. Now, the most important word on this slide, the one you really need to remember, is temporary. Every single project, I don't care if it's building a new app or launching a rocket, has a defined start and a defined end. This is what makes it different from your regular day-to-day work.
And this right here really nails the difference. A project, like building our Growbot, is a one-time thing to create something totally new. Operations, on the other hand, well, that's the day-in, day-out work that keeps the lights on, like running a factory. Knowing this helps you draw a clear line around your responsibilities right from the start.
All right, let's make this real. For the rest of this explainer, this is your mission. You are now the project manager for the Growbot. It's a cool automated garden box that pulls in live weather data to make sure plants are perfectly happy. We're going to use this example to make all these ideas stick.
Now, your single most important document to get started is the project charter. Think of it like your official orders for the mission. It's a short, super clear document that gets you and your sponsor, that's the person funding this whole thing, on the exact same page. We're talking objectives, scope, risks, the whole deal. Seriously, do not start without it. It's your best defense against chaos later on. And remember this is so important. You're not just here to check off a list of tasks. You're here to deliver value. That's a huge mindset shift. You should constantly be asking, how does what I'm doing right now create value for our customer or our business? That focus on the why is what separates the good PMs from the truly great ones.
Okay, you've got your charters signed off. Now, it is time to create the project blueprint. We're shifting gears from getting permission to actual planning. But don't think of this as boring paperwork. No way. This is you drawing the map that's going to guide your whole team to the treasure.
Look, the whole planning thing can feel massive, right? So we've broken it down into 3 simple core steps. That's it. First, figure out who you're dealing with. Second, chop the big mission up into smaller pieces. And third, put those pieces on a timeline. See? We can do this. Let's dig into each one.
Step 1. Know your stakeholders. Simple, right? These are all the people who have skin in the game. We're talking your team, your boss, your customers, maybe even other departments you'll have to work with. Your job is to figure out what they need, what they expect, and the best way to keep them in the loop.
Next up, you got to break down the work. We use a tool called a work breakdown structure, or WBS. Now, it sounds super technical, but it's not. All it means is you take a giant goal, like build Growbot hardware, and you break it down into smaller bite-sized pieces. You can't just build hardware, that's too vague, but you can research hardware. See? This is how you turn a giant mountain into a bunch of small climbable hills.
And finally, you build a schedule. This is where you put all those little pieces in the right order. You have to spot the dependencies. Like, for instance, you can't design the hardware until you know the shape of the garden bed it has to fit in, right? Once you figure that out, you assign people to the tasks, and boom, all of a sudden, you've got a realistic timeline.
All right, your blueprint is done. The map is drawn. Now for the fun part, executing the plan. This is where the mission really launches, and your job changes. You go from being the architect to being the pilot, navigating the team and keeping everything on course.
And you always start with a project kickoff meeting. This meeting is so critical, it's not just another status update. This is your chance to get the entire team aligned, energized, and genuinely pumped up for the mission. You set the tone, you make the goals clear, and you agree on how you're all going to work together.
So the work is started, people are busy, but how do you actually know if you're on track? You can't just cross your fingers and hope for the best. You need some simple, visual tools to see the health of your project at a glance.
And one of the best tools for this is a Kanban board. It's awesome because it gives everyone total transparency.
The whole team can see exactly what's in the queue, what's being worked on, and what's finished. And let's be honest, moving a card from in progress to done is one of the most satisfying feelings in the world.
Another fantastic tool is the burn-down chart. It's just a simple line graph that answers one really important question. Are we on schedule? It basically shows the amount of work left versus the amount of time you have left. If your line is trending downwards the way it should be, you're in great shape. It's the perfect at-a-glance progress report.
You've followed the plan, you've tracked your progress, and the work is finally winding down. Now for the last phase, closing your project. Finishing strong is every bit as important as starting strong. This is where you officially declare mission complete and gather all the important intel for next time.
But before you pop the champagne, you have to verify. You need to go all the way back to that project charter you made at the very beginning. Did you actually hit your objectives? Did you deliver the value you promised? This final check makes sure you actually finish the mission you were sent on.
Okay, and this is absolutely crucial. The project is not really over until you've learned from it. Honestly, this might be the most valuable part of the whole process. Get the team in a room and ask two simple questions. What went well? And what could we do better next time? Documenting this stuff is like creating a cheat sheet for your next mission. It makes everyone stronger.
So there you have it. We've gone from the initial mission briefing all the way to the final delivery. We drew the blueprint, we executed the plan, and we completed the project. Now, let's just wrap it all up with one final essential thought.
After the project is done, after the high fives and the celebrations, this is the one question that really defines a great project manager. It's not just about what you did, it's about what you learned. Every single project is a chance to get better. And by focusing on that continuous improvement, your first mission becomes the launchpad for a whole career.